Lloyd Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. We'll get the main video underway in a second, viewers, but I just wanted to film these two outside the Wythall Transport Museum before we look at the main Octagons and Longships event. See, there's the Z register stand there. 2002 Rover 25. I didn't realise this is a monogram colour, but it is. It's Impression S2. The Impression was a very popular special edition on 45s and 25s in the early 2000s. This one's actually got a leather interior in it. It's probably only, I think, a 1.4. But that is very nice. It doesn't have any of the same problems that many of these do, which is sort of chronic corrosion. And then we've got the sister car here, which belongs to Rob, who is inside there, which is a ZR. And a very nice one it is too. He's got several of these. 2002 to 3. He's offered me a go in one of his ZRs actually. I've already driven this 25 GTI, but maybe there's room for more. Well, here we are, viewers. Today is the 16th of April, and this is the Transport Museum at Wythall, which is near Birmingham. This is the Octagons and Longships event, which is the day after Pride of Longbridge. We have some interesting stuff that was actually mostly there yesterday, but there's some new stuff as well, so we'll have a look around. We might even look around the museum as well whilst we're here. 2005 to 6 MG ZT 190, complete with the glorious KV6 engine, which is very cramped in these cars, and it can be a bit of a pain to work on. But yeah, very late facelifted one, would have been registered after the bankruptcy of the company. We have to skip this one here, viewers, because I've just checked the rev counter, and it appears we don't have a petrol engine in it. And as you know, we don't talk about diesels on this channel, because the Mayor of London, the Council Leader of Birmingham, and all their friends around the country say that we must not. We can, however, talk about this. This is an early Rover 75. It's a Cowley built one. It's a 2-litre V6, like the one in my 45 V6. This one might be a connoisseur actually. It's got lots of spec in it. Very much sort of like a personal line interior, I think they call these. It might even have the button for cruise control, but I can't quite see. Lots of wood, beige bits but not beige leather interior. If that was a 2-litre manual, I mean, I'd like that even more. So yes, 99 to 2000 plate. Looks like a Rover registration as well. Wedgwood blue, which was sort of classic colour for these on the early ones. But this is, in some ways, it's even more interesting. Another 2-litre V6. The 2-litre V6 was only made till 2002. And this is a 1999 2-litre V6 Connoisseur 75. Also with an automatic gearbox. Gearbox is very slightly different to the one in my 45 V6. That has no sport mode, mine does. It's a very early, kind of like sort of almost like a pilot build car, with some extras, I think. I like this colour. It wasn't registered by Rover Group themselves, it was registered by Cathans, but the gentleman who ordered it has some connections, which enabled him to get one of these a bit earlier. Something I'm looking forward to driving today is this 1995 Rover 820 Vitesse Sport Turbo. So you can see Nigel's at the wheel already. I'm going to have to move him out of the way when I have a go in this. I've been looking forward to it for some time. Dan, who was organising the stand along with some others yesterday, at Pride of Longbridge owns this car. He's just bought it. It is his personal plate on this, but it is an age-appropriate plate, which I really like, actually. I think that's excellent when people do that. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun when we're going to go in that. French registered Rover 800 Coupe, complete with a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior with wood, particularly on 800 Coupe. Very nice. Yes, please. I'd like one. Then we have another 75 here. I think this is another Cowley built one. It's another 2 litre. This probably isn't the connoisseur because it's not got a leather interior. I love this colour. This is a beautiful, beautiful colour. Yes, 2 litre V6 manual. I've driven a manual 2 litre V6 Connoisseur SE 75, and they are amazing. I'm going to assume that's a 2000 actually. Cowley production finished, I think, at some point in the year 2000. Obviously, MG Rover came into existence. I think, was it sort of May, June, that kind of time that there was the management buyout. And then, viewers, more beige leather interior goodness. This is a 75, but you can see the differences actually between the early ones here, although the colour combination of that is very nice, and the later ones. Facelifted 75 V8. Not many of these are around. The ZT260, which is a sister car to this, was more common. This is an auto. Most of the 75 V8s were automatic. You can see the premium grille that this has got was the most common on the V8s. You could get it for other engine sizes as well, but it was most common on the V8s. 2005 to 6 plates, so registered after the bankruptcy of MG Rover. Signor Latorre has brought his 1973 Rover P5B again, which was in the thumbnail for the first video at Pride of Longbridge yesterday. He's still in problems with his choke cable, but he did make it here today, which is good. A lot of the cars like his, we just had not had a chance to clean them after yesterday, so they look a little bit filthy. But some of them, like this, someone's obviously cleaned that, which is good. You can see again there's a difference between the rear end of the early one and the late one. They are a little bit different. Do we have more V8 goodness here? Yes, we do. 2004 to 5 Rover 75 V8 in this crazy sort of monogram colour, which is interesting. So pre-facelift MG ZT260, the sister car to the 75 V8. Very kindly somebody's left the bonnet open of this one so we can see this crammed in Ford V8 engine, which looks really packed under there because it is. I wouldn't imagine what it is to service one of these. I don't have a cam belt, fortunately. I think it's a chain cam engine. The ZT260 75 V8 were launched in 2003, and the facelift occurred for 75 and ZT in, I think, February 2004 from memory. So this will be within quite a narrow window actually of cars. It'd be 2003 to 4 only. Yeah, with a manual. I have driven one of these actually, and it was fun. Also fun would be this MG X Power SV. I imagine it's a 2004, despite the personal plate, because they weren't made for very long. Yes, and those are Fiat Punto Mark II headlamps, because a lot of the design and assembly of this car was actually done in Italy, so they used a lot of Italian components as well as some American Ford bits and some other bits, like the mirror switch in here is actually like the one in a Rover 800, which is interesting, and those are Fiat Coupe rear lights. I would like to have to go on one of these. I have done a walk around of an SVR quite a long time ago, but unfortunately I wasn't able to actually drive that. Maybe one day. But Constable Bailey's got his MGTF here. This was one of the first cars ever in no budget reviews. was in about 6 months of series actually starting. It's a 2003 TF135. It's a very nice car to drive. It's in really lovely condition. He doesn't use it all the time, but obviously during this kind of season it does get used a lot. We haven't actually got that many Fs and TFs here today. We might have some more down the other end of the museum. So this, by contrast, is an F. It's a relatively early one, an R, so it'd be 97, 98. And then you can see this is a late MGF. It's a 2001 to 2. They finished, I think, in sort of January, February 2002, and when the TFs came out. The very early ones are on a 51 plate. But yeah, this is probably a freestyle or something like that. I think there's a freestyle around here somewhere. I have seen it. Another MG ZT260, which does meet with my approval. The clutch in these is very stiff. The one that I drove on the channel last year is around here as well. We'll see that later. Crazy monogram colour there as well. Right, we need to check some rev counters carefully, viewers. Let me just have a little investigation and we'll continue. So we'll just skip one out, viewers, but that does mean that we get to see this 2004 ZTT with a V8 engine. The ZTT V8 are quite rare. They were far more common in the saloon version. There we go, a little Cobra badge on there. Often people put sort of Cobra badges of things onto the V8 versions. It sounds like another ZTT 260. Glorious. Right. Let's just have an... Oh, it's a German spec one. There are quite a few German spec cars here today, actually. People have driven them all the way over there. Ooh. This one... imagines a V6. Yes, it's a ZT190. The strength of following for MG Rover stuff in Germany is quite surprising. I quite like it. Right, we'll skip that one too. Yep. Easiest way to check, obviously, is the rev counter. Is it like a 120 or something? No, it's another 190. It's probably not a plus, so plus would have a different interior. Some interesting wheels on this one. Ooh, that's another V8. You always tell them they do have a V8 badge on the dash. Obviously, the number plate helps with this as well, and the little logo someone's added. But only the V8's rev to 7,000. The 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders rev to 8. So this will be a ZT T180 because it's the automatic version. Yeah, I've got to move past that one as well. 2 to V6. Oh, is it? I hope so. Yes, it is. Oh, 2 to V6 manual with beige leather interior. That's better views, isn't it? Much better. I don't know what year that is. The badges have been removed from the sort of area here, so that's a Project Drive car, as far as I remember. 2 ZTTs. Are we going to be filming reviews? Might have to look later on and see if we can just have a little shuffle around the museum. It looks quite interesting here. Yeah, another ZTT 180. Another ZTT 180 was breeding around here. Wow. That's got cruise control as well. That's a rare option. This another German spec one. Ooh, and ZTT 260 V8. Very nice, viewers. And then we've got a Romanian registered 75 V8 facelift, which is most agreeable, particularly has a beige leather interior with wood. Very nice. And it's the 100th anniversary edition as well. Like that, viewers. We like that a lot. Yeah, another ZT260. The V8 engine. Now this is right on the verge of sort of Cowley and Longbridge cars. This looks like it might still be a Cowley car. 2.5 litre V6 auto. That's a personal line interior, so that's probably a connoisseur, I would have thought. Another German registered 75. More beige leather interior. Leather wheels, those wheels are pretty nice, aren't they? ZT260 with V8 engine. Delightful. Right, 2005 TF with hard top. MG-tastic, a new name for MG and Alpha Spares. Another car that I found on my channel on No Budget Reviews. This is a 2004 MG TF 115. This was a sweet little car to drive. It's owned by Captain Reed, who was around here somewhere, who's also brought his MG BGT today. Yeah, it's very nice. Don't ask me to choose between Constable Bailey's and Captain Reed's ones though, because they're both very nice. 1997 to 1998 MGF. Interesting interior of that. Very 90s jazzy seat fabric. And then TF 160 with a beige leather interior and wood. And some bears. Excellent. That would be very fast. See Mr. Bill and Lady Cornwall Homes and Fuel Power have arrived in medieval 1991 Mini City. Very much dwarfed by the ZT, isn't it? Right, we'll continue down here as well. We'll maybe have a look at that stuff later. We need to continue on the inside first before we can go back and do stuff on the outside. 1971 MG BGT owned by Captain Reed. Looking very shiny indeed. Seen this a lot before, haven't we, viewers, at all sorts of different events. It's a nice colour. And then we have Alan's Princess 2200 HLS 1978. I've had the absolute pleasure of driving this car before. It's actually before the head gasket was done on it, so it wasn't quite running as powerfully as it could have done. But still absolutely delightful. It's a bronze, brown vinyl roof, brown interior. It's absolutely, utterly delightful. One of many amazing cars in his collection that I was able to film on my channel last October. And we have some Streetwise action here. 2004 Streetwise. One of the most forward-thinking cars for a long time, actually, considering the ingredients that they had, some of which dated back to 1989. It's actually quite surprising that it turned out as well as it did. They weren't particularly well received at the time, but I think somebody at MG Rover sort of saw the trend that was coming and is now absolutely and utterly everywhere in the new car market for these. So this is a petrol one. I don't know what spec this is. The car it was based on was this 25, which was based on the R3 Rover 200, which was the same underneath as the R8 Rover 200. So the lineage really sort of came through. I've done a no budget review episode on one of these before. This has aftermarket rear tail lights. one I actually filmed was a 3-door in this colour as well. It's a very early one, it's a 99. This one's not as high spec as the one that I filmed because this has windy windows. But yeah, 2001 to 2. I forget the name of this colour. I actually owned one of this colour as well, the 5-door. Can't film that one, I'm afraid, viewers. We can film, however, this ZR 160 in, I think this is trophy yellow. Facelift one, so 2004 to 5. Again with the aftermarket rear lights. Philip, who is also from Germany, has brought this ZR, which it's got sort of a 360 camera on top of it. What if Raffaello, the bear's in here? Yeah, there's Raffaello. He's a big old chap, isn't he? It is right-hand drive, but it was ordered like that for the German market, which is really, really strange. I don't know why, if you lived in Germany, you want a right-hand drive MG ZR, but there you go. Most of course, the MG Rover era cars in Germany were left-hand drive, like this ZS 180. Again, facelift 2004 to 5. We'll have a look at some more of these a little bit later, actually, because there are some others here. A couple more ZRs here, both from Germany. Interesting wheels on this one. I don't know what specification this one is, but this one's a Web 160. They made both a 3 and a 5-door. Can't talk about that one, I'm afraid, viewers. However, I'm next to this very, very late Rover 100. It's a 114 SLI, but someone's put a leather interior in it. I love this colour as well, the alloy wheels, it looks great. Annoyingly, towards the end of production, they kind of, I don't know, how do we put this? They cheapened out and removed features from the Rover 100. So the SLI might have had things like electric windows, they took them out. They didn't necessarily all have airbags and things like that. We have got still wood in here, but the GSIs were a bit better equipped. So we have here 2005 ZR 105 Plus. It's very similar to the one that I've actually driven. I've driven one of these outside Longbridge in 2021. Even in 105 form, they're still a lot of fun. They also made a 3-door streetwise. Can we discuss this, viewers? Yes, we can. It's a petrol one. Yeah, they made a 3-door streetwise too. It's just really interesting. There aren't so many of these around. This is a relatively early one. They came out in 2003. So it'd be a 2003 or 2004. Remember these buses? Maybe we'll come and have a look at those in a second. Look at this, you've got all sorts of delights down here. All sorts of lovely things. Suspiciously, this does look like a ZS 180. But I'm not sure. 180s tended to have a little 180 badge on the side, so we might... Despite having seen this yesterday, I can't remember which one this is. It could just be a 120, but I don't know. It's definitely a facelift one though, 2004 to 5. Maybe if you go to Instagram, hello to @mgzs.chris, then he can inform you. Now this is a car we've actually filmed on the channel before. It's got various modifications. It is a 2005, I think this is. My memory fails me at the moment. ZR 120 Plus. Very nice to drive. I think the suspension in this has been slightly tweaked, but very good handling. Enjoyed it very much. I think this is the only Rover 600 here. This is a relatively late one. It's after they made some minor changes in about 96, I think they came for these. Most importantly though, viewers, it has a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, as you know. But yeah, that's even been debadged from a 600, so I don't know what specification that is at all. I imagine this is a ZS 180. It certainly sounded like one. It's got a twin exhaust, so I think it is. I don't know certainly why you've removed the ZS 180 badges from the front wings, but there we are. Good morning, Mr. Bill.
Hello, how are you doing?
All right, thank you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Just arrived, turned up, finally.
Yes, I saw your lady friend in the Mini.
Yes, all wrapped up in a blanket.
Yes, it's a bit cold today.
It's not our warmest, is it? But
No.
that's why I'm wearing a hoodie. So.
Okay, so I shall let you continue your non-shambolic non-shuffle.
Yes, enjoy the shambolic shuffles, everyone.
Thank you, sir. I'll try not to fall over. Oh yes, it's much easier as 180 because I was put a V6 badge on it. Interesting Tomcat here from the Netherlands. I think this is probably just the 220. Might be wrong though. Different steering wheel on this. Be about 93, 94 this. I think this is Tahiti Blue. Might be wrong. Mr. Richardson for you is driving into a very similar car to this, which I have driven. And even with the normally aspirated T-Series, they are a lot of fun. Very early R3 200 here. Interesting, it's got the leather interior. It's not quite a beige, it's more like a sort of olive colour. But this is most definitely a very high spec one. I think this is a GSI or something. This is an SLI. Actually, I can't remember if they made a GSI of these. Maybe they didn't. Maybe this was the absolute top one, but very early one, 95, 96. They came in late 95, so it's quite a survivor. Fortunately, you've got the usual problem where they rust down there, but never mind. Doesn't matter, does it? A 2004 MG ZR. I hope, yes, it is a petrol one. They did sell a forbidden fuel version of these, but this definitely isn't one of them. And it's actually a 160 as well. So 2002. That's rare. It's the automatic version of Step Speed and Trophy Blue. And now this is an MGF freestyle, so it's a very late MGF. I think they were, there we go, yeah, marketed October 2001 to February 2002. When I drove in 2021, unfortunately the suspension was broken on it, so I really need to drive an MGF at some point, but actually hasn't got broken suspension on it. The hydrogas needs pumping up and sorting out. But that one looks like it's all been sorted. That'd be a fantastic drive, wouldn't it, like that? Hello. Never know when you get spotted by channel viewers. That's an occupational hazard. Also, occupational hazard is getting information wrong, which always seems to happen. Oh no, that's a petrol one. So that's a ZT 180 2004 to 5. Alright, be careful about this streetwise view. Some of them did come with a forbidden fuel engine. And this isn't one of them. Excellent. Very smart with little roof bars. The Polo Dune was the equivalent to this from Volkswagen. You could buy a standard Polo or a Polo Dune. Saw this yesterday as well, 2005 MG TF 135. With lots and lots and lots of bottles of coolant. It's a bit of a shame. MGTC. I don't think we saw this yesterday, actually. I don't think it was there. I could be wrong. I could have missed it, but that's very good. Another TF here, 2003. It's quite a sort of variation in some of the stuff over here. We've got some really old classic MGs, and we've got some more modern ones as well. I think this is Old English White. This is a MGA 1600. It's one of the later ones. I think the 1600 came in about 1960. I could be totally wrong about that. But there we go. 2004 ZTT. All viewers feeling increpid. No, we're okay. Don't know what engine's in that. Could be a 190, could be a 120, I don't know. More trophy yellow action here on this 2001 to 2 ZR. Looks like it's almost like rally spec or something with those massive mud flaps. Interesting. Oh, and a midget as well. on an L 7273 round arches. Midget I drove was a 68, which is a bit different. I can't remember by this stage if they were actually fitting synchro mesh to first gear. Make a big difference in driving them. 1999 to 2000 MGF. Yes, I remember some yesterday. Part beige leather interior, but not full one. Right, another ZT viewers. Are we feeling lucky? Ooh, no good. Okay, we'll continue. Unfortunately, there's an MGB here. So this is immediately before rubber bumper conversion. That's a rubber bumper, not conversion. Rubbers were introduced. 74, 75. It's not got the increased ride height, so I think this is a genuine chrome bumper one. But I could be wrong. Oh, 74, there we go. Yes. Good to see I'm right about things for once. So this is owned by Scott from DMGRS Discount MG Rover Spares. I think this is a one of one ZS 180. I think there's the only one that's in this colour. And knowing him, it'll be, well, rather nice. Another one of Scott's cars that's here is this. This, I think it's a 2005 actually, this one. ZT260 is something I have driven on the channel. I drove it last year, and it's had a beige leather interior put in it. That's not would have been standard. Actually, maybe more cream, I don't know. But you can sometimes pick these up for under £5,000, but it is rare. They're normally sort of 7 to 8 or more. This one is a V8, but this has had, I don't know, lots of work done to it. We've got body kit on this. I think this might even have a supercharger in it. I can't remember now. But that is one mean looking car. So late pre-facelift ZR here. I don't know exactly what model it is. Imagine it's maybe a 105, I don't know. Post-facelift one, more monogram. Shot silk. Excellent. 2045. And then we have this very nice 45 V6. It's the pre-project drive car. I have seen this advertised actually. In fact, over here is the advert. This is actually in better condition than mine is. 45 V6s are incredibly rare. They made 700 of them, and there's about 55 left on the road. I would keep this for myself, viewers, but I've already got one, so someone else can buy this. There we go. There's the advert there. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. And yes, a very nice beige leather interior. Front bumper plinth, just like all the 45 V6s had. Chrome mirror caps. Very, very nice. The only thing I would miss about this car would be rear parking sensors, which it doesn't have, but mine does have, and they are quite useful. More monogram action here. Make the usual check. Ooh, right, okay, that's fine. Yeah, V6 badge would have given it away. It's a 190. There you go. Look, no parking sensors. Also, the V6 badge is in a different place from mine. I think that's normal. They changed it later on. And someone, there's a problem here. They're looking a bit scuffed because someone's reversed into things. You need those parking sensors, viewers. Right, skip that one there. And we have a lovely Rover 75 Tourer with a beige leather interior and a V6 engine. It's probably a 2.5 litre, and with words, very nice, most agreeable. That's a good place to actually be that, isn't it? And a little train going around. So what we're going to do is we'll go off now, and we'll make another video as well, seeing some of the other things that are at the museum. But this will do for now, I think. Thank you so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us in the comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.